Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and call us to order. Hi everybody, I hope you're having a happy Thursday and that your week is not too crazy busy. We're going to open up with attendance. Say here if you're here, proxy for proxy, and if you're a proxy or a member, make sure you're sitting in the yellow chairs. Yeah,
Okay. Sorry, hang on. Okay, Monty?
Here.
Okay. I'm here. Weston?
Hey, here.
Okay. Rashad?
Here.
Aaron?
15-7 up.
Taylor Ford? She's going to be okay. Vati?
Oh,
That's not Vati, okay. Haley? Bitch. Okay. Lainey, can you remember? Here. Brianna? Old, I'm so sorry. Elliot? Brett Cooper?
Here.
Samuel Cutoff?
Here.
Sasha Hans?
Proxy.
Sabrine Hussein?
Here.
Caroline Cohen?
Here.
Sophia Koppensteiner?
Here.
Koppensteiner?
Koppensteiner.
Caroline Maria?
Proxy.
Okay. Kranjal Shreyasa?
Here.
Closer? Better?
Yeah.
Slightly better? Okay, that's an improvement. Ethan Bonzon?
Ben's on here.
Baines on, okay.
Ben's on, yeah.
Guys, I'm so sorry. Okay, Ava Brown?
Here.
Kayla Rogers?
Here.
Monty Muniz?
Here.
Alvin Albee?
Allie Bay. Here.
Ali Bay? Ryan Clemens?
Here.
Jane Daniel?
Proxy.
Benjamin Dickinson?
Here.
Baxter Keith?
Here.
Casey Montgomery?
Here.
Lane Ogle?
Proxy.
Tanner Wright?
Proxy.
Oh my God.
Proxy?
It's been a rough two.
Kevin Williams? Old. Okay. Arthur Jenkins?
Here.
Chenzing Wan? Okay. Philip Michael Collins?
Here.
Brian Leon? Okay. Sarah Matthews?
Here.
Asha, no, she's already, no, she doesn't. Sophia? Mr. Cassio? Here. Okay. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's
All right, guys. So we got a relatively slim agenda today. Let's try to keep chatter to a minimum. There's a lot of chatter during attendance. Let's get rocking and rolling. We have first an emergency funding request. So I'm going to invite the esteemed finance chair, Aaron Bellberg, to the stage. Thank you.
So we have one EFR, the first one, I believe, of the year, during the ones that we had at the very beginning. This one's for the Pre-PA Society. Taylor, would you like to speak on this? Is this your spot?
Can I just say here?
Yeah.
Okay. Free PA Society, brand new club. We're asking for $300. I feel like that's a fair amount because we're starting from nothing and we already got events lined up. And I also asked if that was an appropriate amount. Originally I asked for $500 and I was like, okay, let's be reasonable, and took it down to $300. We're having people come and do like seminars and help people with GRE resources.
That's the extent of it. The recommendation is just to give the full $300, and the reason why is because this is a brand new club, and $300 is really not a substantial amount for EFRs. And surprisingly, we've actually not had that many EFRs this year, which is really strange, but kind of a nice thing. It makes my life a little bit easier and makes the general session go a little bit faster. So with that is my recommendation, and Weston, I'll hand it back to you.
All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and, first of all, is there a motion on the floor? Motion to approve. Okay, so that is the motion. I'm going to go ahead and allot, let's say, 5 minutes for discussion. If anyone wants to say anything, start that now. Any thoughts?
Motion and discussion right now.
Perfect. Is there a second? All right, well, now we have to vote on that motion. So all in favor of any discussion? Great. The discussion is done. So now we're just going to vote as to whether or not to accept the Finance Committee's recommendation and fully fund the, what is it, Thank you. Pre-PA funds, Pre-PA Society's emergency funding request of $300. All in favor? All opposed? Any abstentions? All right, that go ahead, and that will pass, so pre-PA will receive all of that funding. Awesome. Next up, we have a club approval. Pre, sorry to make you work as soon as you walk in, but you're up. If you want to come up. And also, if there are advocates for the Food Recovery Network here, if you guys want to come down. Perfect. You can. All right, yeah, so I'm going to list this meeting for this.
I don't really know how this works, but we are starting, or we already have a existing organization on campus that is the Food Recovery Network, and the chapter in Danville that we partner with is called Soups on Us, which is basically where we are trying to prevent food insecurity in Danville. The bigger problem is food insecurity, but on a local level, it's in Danville, Kentucky. That's how we're doing it. And sorry, I was not prepared for this. To prevent food waste, we are making soups in Parker's Dining Kitchen, and essentially just having food drives with 4 different churches in Danville, Kentucky. And we already have student liaisons for those. And the main thing that we want to happen with the organization is for it to eventually become a student-led club, since it's only really kind of still in the works of being a student-led club. So yeah, that's basically it. And for money, we were hoping to get around roughly $500 to $600 for food safe containers, non-slip shoe covers for students to participate in the cooking in the kitchen, cut gloves, and then extra ingredients. Yeah, that's basically it.
Cool, perfect. Do you guys have any questions?
So you said this is a chapter from an national organization?
Yeah, Food Recovery Network is the national organization, and then the chapter in Danville is called Soups on Us,
Okay.
which is like a partnership with the church.
And I'm going to assume that you don't get any additional funding or help from that. Okay.
How many students do you have interested or in the organization right now?
So I'm the president, I guess you would say. It's not official yet. And then we have 4 student liaisons. And then so far we've had events where we've done cooking in the kitchen. And what would you say? There's
We
been
have about
15
30
kids.
people.
30 people, yeah. That are interested at least, so.
How have you been spreading the word about this club? Because I think I've gotten it in the volunteer email thing, but I don't know if that goes out there.
Yeah, we haven't really been yet. It's kind of
It's in civic and community engagement emails. I know a lot of people just skip over those emails. But we were also interested in doing tables.
Yeah.
But we also go through civic posts as well.
Any other questions? All right, perfect. You can go and take a seat for us. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let's go another 5 minutes on the clock for discussion about this club. You're welcome to sit here. You can also leave if you don't want to hear it. It's up to you. So 5 minutes are going to be on the clock. If anyone has anything to say, is there a motion on the floor?
Motion.
Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and assume someone said motion to approve, so that's the motion on the floor. Someone will say it with your chest every time.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Perfect. All right, now there's 5 minutes of discussion. If anyone has any insight or shot.
So for those who are, it's under warranty. But for those who are unaware for what this organization does, it serves as one of the Barna service sites for Barna students, but it also serves as a way to kind of, like she said, reduce food insecurity here in Danville. And as somebody who's very passionate about food insecurity and seeing the work that they've done already, last year they started off with Sodexo, and as they transitioned over time, they were able to put out many soups to where it got to the point to where their freezer was full of soups. And so with them approving this and kind of giving them money, it kind of helps progress that going further and kind of help lower the food insecurity down and kind of make sure kids are getting fed and adults are getting fed. So yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, to go off that, the one time we don't have soup kitchens is the last weekend of the month, but every other weekend we are serving 200 to 300 families for surrounding.
Motion to end discussion and move to a vote. Second.
All in favor of that? Awesome, so we're gonna go ahead and move into the vote. So all in favor of approving the Food Security Network / Soups on Us? All in opposition? Any abstentions? Excellent, thank you guys very much. Your club's been approved, congratulations. All right, so the next thing that we're doing, I kind of foreshadowed in the chat earlier today, and that is perhaps a quick little SGA bylaw update. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about this because this was Imani and I, but I kind of, let me go ahead and say, I took the lead a little bit on the project. Formal dress is expensive, and that can be a barrier to people who want to join this body. And as a matter of fact, it has been a barrier to people who want to join this body in the past. I've heard the reasoning, I would do SGA, but I don't have a suit, or I don't have a dress, or I don't have a collared shirt that I can wear. I only have one and I don't want to wash it. And I want this body, and we want this body, exec wants this body to be inclusive and don't want to create unnecessary barriers for the sake of, in what at least is my opinion, kind of a facade of formality that doesn't really necessarily add anything. Professionalism is in behavior, not necessarily in dress, at least in my opinion. And so the Student Government Association exec has decided to propose to you guys at least a potential bylaw change that would remove a lot of the dress code requirements for SGA general sessions. Now that we wouldn't do this entirety, there we go, because we do think that there's something to be said about formal attire at least a couple times a semester. Specifically also like to get pictures and look nice, in the pictures. So the bylaws as they're written right now, and I might be paraphrasing, I'm pretty sure I have it memorized, is the dress code for the Student Government Association general session shall be business casual. Then it says something to the effect of, I don't think we have the original language on there. It says something to the effect of, business casual shall be anything that's appropriate for opening convocation, whatever's behind me. I went ahead and drafted this modified bylaw that we are going to discuss and vote on tonight. That is, attire at the first and last general sessions of each term shall be business casual. Additionally, the President and the Speaker of the House shall have the ability to mandate business casual at any time, so long as they notify the general body within 24 hours of the general session. The dress code for general session shall be appropriate daily wear. Anything you'd be comfortable going to class in is kind of the idea. I don't anticipate, the reason I didn't go into specifics on that was I don't anticipate anyone wearing anything super inappropriate to SGA general session. If that becomes a problem, we can end it again, but just where would you wear class is the idea. And then we still kept the business casual definition since we would have that conceivably twice a term. So that's going to be the bylaw change recommendation. Is there a motion on the floor?
Motion to approve. Second.
Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and put another 5 minutes on the clock for discussion. This is something that I would really like to hear opinions on. If you think that we should be doing the business casual time, don't be afraid to disagree, guys. That's what democracy is. So I saw Tay's hand first.
Okay. I agree with everything, and I like the two, but I don't think you should have it as first and last. I think it should just be 2 per term. Because say we get to finals week, and that's the last thing on everybody's mind, and we're just no, but maybe one in the middle of the semester, or maybe we needed to take a picture in the middle of the semester or something like that. I feel like that would just give us, I think, more flexibility in just saying attire, business attire at the first, and one at the first general section, at least 2 per term, something like that. Just I wouldn't say first and last in case something happens.
Are you proposing an amended? Oh shoot, sorry.
Would posing an amendment stop us from voting on it tonight?
No, we would vote on the amendment, and then that would be either become a question or we'd go back to the original if the amendment failed.
Okay.
So are you proposing an amendment right now?
Yeah. I will. You have something to say? Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, Amy.
I love you, Tay, but the second sentence says the President and Speaker of the House have the ability to mandate business casual anytime as long as there's.
But that means that you could add a third one. I'm thinking it should be just 2.
But then I'm what if there's a situation where there needs to be a third, right?
I don't think it's that.
The body was big
But Tay has the right to pass, the, like, to
I
motion
don't
to amend
think
if she
the
wants
last
to,
one
and if
should
she.
say- I don't think the last one should be. I know the first one, but I just think we should just say 2 and give it more flexibility. That's my reason. Okay, everybody shit on it.
Hold on, before we start discussing that, Rashad, does yours pertain, let's, is there a motion on the floor, Tay?
I'll let everybody talk before I do a motion.
Okay, Rashad.
Tay, I love you. I'm just about to kind of bring in the calendar to this. Looking at the calendar.
Hold on. If there's not a motion on the floor on that specific change of Tay's, then let's keep it germane to this question. You technically have to, if we're not supposed to keep it germane to the question, or to discuss that, there, like, would have to be a motion on the floor.
So motion to go back to the original question.
She has.
We're on, there is
She hasn't
a,
made-
right now, this is the question on the floor. That's what we're discussing.
Okay.
She hasn't made.
Eric.
I personally like the language of it currently. I think that the first and the last sessions are typically bigger sessions, and I don't think, from what I remember, the last SGA session typically does not overlap with finals or particularly ridiculous.
Again, you're kind of saying comment, because that's what we're trying to say.
I understand. This is just totally, not related to that. I just really love how this is right now. And so I think that because of that, and because we do typically, on that last one, and this is why I love it so much, pass some pretty big, major constitutional changes. I think that, it'd be nice to do it, in a little bit of business casual. So I like it as is.
Okay. Alan, I saw you a while ago, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but instead of GFU presence, we could have somebody building mandate business casual anytime. Do you guys have like examples of times when you would do that in the middle of the semester?
I think my exact wording, well, I don't know if I can say my exact wording exact out loud, honestly, but like, I think my exact wording and exact was something to the effect of, I don't ever flip and see a time that I would personally do that. It would just be like, hey, like, SGA's got, a speaker coming talking to the general body, and, the speaker is maybe like someone who's also giving convocation but has insights for us, be business casual. Some sort of exceptional circumstance where we feel as though we want to put on a really, really good face for whatever reason. For like, just, week to week general sessions, I don't ever really see it happening. We just wanted to make sure we had a way for it to happen if it needed to. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Sam.
Okay, so I find the within 24 hours confusing, because it's like within 24 hours, you mean like 24 hours of the day before, you have to say it before that time. It's like, could we motion to amend to fix that?
Yeah,
Like
please.
the day before.
Like the day before 7:30, like the 24 hours before the beginning of the next meeting.
That's actually
Because if we said within 24 hours, it could be an hour before, and you're like, okay, business casual, no one has an hour to change.
Okay, go ahead and make the motion, Tim.
Motion to amend those last 3 words.
Second.
Will you write down the specific language?
I don't, again,
I will quote what he
What did we
said.
just say?
Motion, so his motion is motion to amend the, minus 3 words to
Within 24
within
hours.
24 hours of the scheduled general session.
24 hours.
24 hours
Before 24 hours, before
At
24
least
hours. of the
24
general
hours
session.
at least 24 hours. Because if you said
Before
it
the
like-
scheduled SGA.
One at a time, guys, one at a time. Yeah.
If you said it like this, 5 o'clock, the night of, people might not be able to go to.
Okay. Hey guys, chat over here. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead, Sam. Yeah, so can you read what you have written down?
Yeah, so right now I have motion to amend the last three words within 24 hours. We would like to change that to,
Before 24 hours before the start of the general session.
At least.
At least
And-
24
yeah.
hours before the start of the general session.
Okay, so that is the language that I'm going to go ahead and accept the motion. So that is now the question on the floor, and I'm restarting the discussion clock for another 5 minutes. If there's not discussion, we can also just vote, but that's the question right now. So if we vote, we're voting to accept that amendment and change this to that language, okay? Yeah, me.
vote to accept that amendment.
Vote to move to vote. Second.
Okay, so we are now motioning to a vote. Discussion is done. All in favor of accepting that amendment, making that the question on the floor? All opposed? Any abstentions? Excellent. So it won't update on screen because this is not a live version, but this now reads everything it says except for, at least 24 hours before the general session is what it says now. So that is the question on the floor. We're back. I'm going to do just restart discussion again because I lost track of time, to be honest with you. So 5 minutes. That's now what we're voting on, and if we pass this vote, that changes the bylaws. Okay? Huh?
Second.
Okay, there's not a motion to vote, so let's vote on the motion to vote. All in favor of voting? I'm actually gonna do this one. Okay, all opposed to voting? Any abstention? Perfect, so let's move into the vote. All in favor of accepting this change to the bylaws? All opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, awesome. Thank you, Aaron. So that is going to go ahead and change the bylaws, y'all, which means from here on out until the last general session of the term, and we will warn you, unless you hear from Monty or I with at least 24 hours in advance, you can dress so long as it's appropriate daily wear, however you want. Hopefully this removes a barrier for some and also makes your night a little bit more comfortable. Makes my night a little bit more comfortable, to be honest with you. You know, let's try to be professional in our behavior, but I don't see why we need to put ourselves in collars in order to do that. So, excellent. Thank you guys very much for doing that. I appreciate the discussion and the motions and all the conflicting opinions. That's awesome. That's democracy. Thank you, Ted. All right, we're moving into executive report. Sorry, Ted. Aaron.
Okay.
Phenomenal. Please stand.
Thank you. Thank you. Do I have anything of note? Well, I passed the EFR, and you wouldn't believe it. This was just happened like 20 minutes ago. Already from that, so you're ready about that. Other than that, if people have been asking about checks, because I suspect some people have, because there's been some delay, these finance officers hiring a new person to handle that. Let them know that anything that was submitted, any or check requests that were submitted to me prior to October 25th, they're at the finance office. I sincerely hope that we get them there by Friday, and that way people don't have to worry about that. So if people are asking about that, because they're club leaders and engage with them, tell them about that. Other than that, there's really nothing huge updates to go on, and that's basically it. So thank you very much. Programming.
Okay. Thank you everybody for participating and it's a safe and fun homecoming. So, woohoo. We are looking to schedule at least one activity for center term. So if that's something interesting to you, like if you're going to be here for center term, which I know all first years will be, please come to our general sessions. They're every single week at 8 p.m. in UN. But it would be really awesome. Again, this is open enrollment, as I call it. You're welcome to come to any session, give your feedback, say what you want to see happening here at Center in your life, because we're here for you. And our next big event is Black Friday, and that is the Friday before Thanksgiving break. So put that on your calendars. If you haven't been, you should go. It's definitely a big deal, and everybody gets something for free.
Thank you. SAC's been killing it this year, so thank you.
Oh, we've given up on SAC. You can call it SAC.
SAC.
Okay, tomorrow everyone is going to be getting an email, and we're going to have a student senate election for Division 1. You may be thinking, I thought we were talking about this weeks ago. Yes, we were. It's actually happening tomorrow. It's hopefully happening over the weekend, and then we will know by Monday, and it will be a full student senate. Hoping to meet next Thursday, talk to the student senators about that, and we'll be hopefully bringing a proposal to make books more affordable on campus to the general body of juniors.
Thank you, Mr. Rice. Student affairs. That's why we said the yellow creek.
That's smart. Hi, Sid First Chair, just passed the club. Sounds great. Campus is going well. Sounds good.
Communications. Rashad.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's your favorite kids. So, my executive report is probably the longest report that of all of ours, but it's going to be quickest. First thing, if you have not taken your headshot, you have until Sunday, and if you don't get a headshot by Sunday, hold you like a campus ID photo. I will be using that for your post. I'm going to send a example of how the post to look, because I got it from another student government association, and I thought it was very cute. Thanks to Iman for sending this to me. It was very pretty, so I'm going to use this at the end. Secondly, I need everyone in the general body to write a biography. There's a link in the email I sent you on yesterday, and it's a hyperlink within the email with like a single word. So you'll see it like if you read the sentence. and read your emails. You'll see that as hyperlink for you to click that. And yeah, that's it. Be safe, make smart decisions as usual. Yes, Brianna?
If I wanted to take a headshot, but it's not on the link, what do I do?
Your headshot is in the communications folder.
I didn't see my name.
Name should be there. I will send you your personal link in like 2 minutes. So. Yeah, anyone else have a question? Also, when you take your headshots and you read your emails, you're going to see that there's a link for you to click, and it shows you your folder of headshots. And if you sent your headshot, your photo is also on that link. So I keep everything in one area. All right. Any questions? Any comments? Any concerns? Anybody worried? All right.
So the hard work, that's awesome. Yes, Rubens.
That's me. Not a whole lot going on. Still waiting on the info rep to get back to me. I'm gonna have to send a follow-up email. I hate doing that, but I'm just gonna have to do it. If you're in my committee, I sent you a fun little poll earlier, so we are going to meet next week. Our first task is to work on getting a lamp post put up in front of the campus center, and also any other issues that you want to address on campus. So that goes for people both in my committee and outside of it. If you have anything that you want to see improved here at Center, please reach out to me and we'll see what we can do about it. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Haley. Daddy.
Hey. Okay, so right now, we're trying to get the survey out by next week, and my committee and I are planning a dinner that we're hoping will be in about 2 weeks, but we're iffy on the details. So you guys will definitely get an email about that probably next week. And if you guys have any questions, concerns, or like Haley said, anything you want to see, let me know.
So, hey, let me ask a question. Why was Callan paper and plastic the other day?
I have no idea.
I know. You do. Their dishwasher broke, but then it got fixed. I did ask them.
All right, thank you, lady. Culture. Hey, Prashad wants you to check your phone.
All right, hi everyone. This is Culture Chair. We have a lot of updates. Our committee has met last week over Pokey, which is really fun. And we talked about a lot of projects in mine, mostly led by first years in my committee. My own project is with flags in front of Cowan and inside of Cowan. And we've had some update. However, we're still kind of unsure what to do with it. So if you all know, the flagpoles are in front of Cowan. There's 7 of them, which is now currently the 7 countries represented for the United States, for 3 study abroad location of France, Mexico, and the UK, and then Germany, Japan, and China. So semester-long programs and programs are renowned for students. However, we are trying to propose that we keep the United States flag and 3 flagship programs, and the 5th and the 6th and the 7th flag are still debating on which one we choose from. There is going to be 1 rotating flag, which depends on which month there's going to be. So, for example, if it's October, it would be representing LGBTQ rights, or if there's the celebration of Diwali, we can have some representation on there. So it definitely is based on the students and what the students want, and we definitely need ODI collaborations on this. And because we also want to foster diversity and inclusion discussions, we will want to form a committee of students. It can be my own committee, or students from SGA, or students from the entire student body, on getting suggestions, evaluation of proposals for each month so that everyone needs are being met, and we want to make sure that it's available and accessible for everyone. So that is one of the big projects. And also within Cowan itself, the flags used to be there, but now it's empty. So now we're proposing to put up flags again, so it doesn't look as empty anymore. but there's still questions of like how we can portray the best that fits, because our flags keep on kind of growing each year, and last year we took it off because we ran out of space. So we have to deal with that problem. And then my members have really exciting projects. Do you want to go ahead and talk about it? I don't want to put you on the spot, so if you're comfortable.
Just really briefly, I was talking to some people. I personally think it'd be kind of cool if.
You can come down if you want to.
Okay. If we changed, we talked about changing our mascot to. I'm so serious. Corn.
Corn!
Because I think we're kernels, right? We're kernels of corn. No, and I think, because I know some people, and I know like people I've talked to, kernels is what we have right now. It's a little bit uncomfortable. And I think if we change it to corn, it could change the, like, stay the same color. I think it'd be kind of fun. I think it's kind of timely because of like corn TikToks.
It will be that in like 2 months.
So yeah, if you guys have any thoughts, let me know. I'm gonna be talking to more people about that. Maybe set up a table. I don't know. It's very good.
Do we need like a certain amount of votes for like the people to change to make it happen? Like what needs to happen?
So most of the changes that happens on campus is petition, or SGA can like, we as a committee can be represented and bring it to the people that will decide it. For example, like Dr. Abrams, or the president, or Barbara. So it's just understanding the students' needs and opinions on this, because SGA represents the student community, right? So we just have to like understand the survey of students to be able to do that. But it's a project, it's ongoing. So another really fun project that we have going on is trying to spread meaningful conversations, maybe through Instagram, maybe through some kind of cards for students, or maybe a day where we have like free flowers so you can grab and just like give it to someone that means a lot to you on this campus. So just, we're trying to like foster a community of care and love, and just small acts of kindness just brightens up everyone's day, I believe. And one more project is going to be for Thanksgiving, especially for the international students, because their family is thousands of miles away. So SJ want to collaborate with what is his name again? The religion guy? The chaplain, yeah. To collaborate with the chaplain to have international food provided for students, and also to create kind of this community where domestic students and international students can communicate and just make friends. So yeah, those are some very exciting projects that's going on in the culture committee. And we're welcoming any opinions or any suggestions from you all to make really cool projects going on this semester.
Awesome. Hey, shout out to Culture Committee for all that hard work. Lots of good job.
Shout out to my members too.
All right.
Thanks y'all.
Admin.
Hello. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names. Please keep yelling at me or reminding me because it's the 4th meeting, so it's not an excuse. I struggle sometimes. Also, everyone's been really great about making sure to send emails if they're not going to be here. So keep doing that. I'm happy to see so many proxies. It sucks that people couldn't make it, but I'm glad proxies are coming. It's a great way for y'all to kind of learn what SGA is about. So just keep being on time. The more notice you can give about not being there, the better. And as always, if you have any questions, you can reach out. So that's it.
Awesome. Oh boy, my turn to talk.
Before you go. Also, please read your minutes.
Yeah, go ahead, Rashad. That's
Please read your minutes. That way, if you can't find the links, I sent it to me as put the minutes for you. So it'll save you time.
Oh, unless.
Yeah, you're not recognized. The speaker does not recognize you. Do you actually?
I do actually.
Okay.
I'm on client committee after please come meet with me. Have to face us.
Do you know if you're on finance committee?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Do any other members of exec want their committee to see them after? Okay, so if you're on the Senate, if you're on SAC committee, programming committee, and dining, find Elliot, Tay, and Lane, and the Secretary of Admin.
Everyone.
So just, okay, for anyone who doesn't want to be on our committee, I don't need to. You're good. Do you want to go? Okay, so if you're not on Rashad's committee or first year you don't have to meet for the project, you have to meet the committee or campus improvements committee, then talk to your chair after, okay? Cool. Now my business. So a couple things. You heard me have to shut down chatter a couple times during this session. Let's try to keep that to a minimum. I like to have fun. You know I don't take myself too seriously. And I don't expect you guys, I expect you kind of take me seriously, but not that much, you know? And so like, I'll joke with you, and I'll put up with comments and jokes. Let's make it fun, right? We're gonna be here for an hour. Let's have a good time while we're doing it. But if we're trying to conduct business, just make sure that you're honed in a little bit. I do see cell phones. I'm not gonna be a professor about it, but like, try to stay off your phone if you can. I check my phone a couple times over here. I'm not gonna lie about it. So like, I get it, but like, keep phones away. Thank you so much. I asked for it last time. Okay, I'm going to split you two up. I asked last time that you guys didn't have laptops out, and with the exception of Mia, I'm just kidding, she's allowed to. No one's had their laptop out today, so I really appreciate that. You also count, Sean. So thank you guys for listening to that. Just keep side comments to a minimum when we're conducting actual business. In between, if you want to say little jokes at me, like that's actually encouraged. But like otherwise, shh. Thank you. Do sit in the yellow chairs, please. If you're a proxy, if you're a member, I'll try to announce that before you sit down next time. I got here late because I had a class meeting. But yellow chairs just makes, if you got to come down here for whatever reason, it makes it a lot easier for that to happen, saves us time. Thank you guys for, holding with me as I learn how, I know Robert's rules because I've done this for a long time, but running Robert's rules and knowing Robert's rules, whole different beasts. So thank you guys for sticking with me as I'm learning that. First years, thank you for making the group chat. TBD, I'll be reaching out to you next week. We'll probably try to meet at some point next week to talk project a little bit, but I'm not going to stress you with that at this very moment. You're free to go from me, meet with your committee chairs, but you're free to go with me after the session. Anything I'm missing from your group? No. All right, I'm going to go ahead and welcome our esteemed president, Monty Smith.
Fallen had an accident. Thank you all again. I know that this week has been really hectic. Some quick updates and then we'll let you all go. So you heard me talk about this last week, SGA Safety Ad Hoc Committee. We want to welcome these new members to the Ad Hoc Committee: Weston Brown, Philip Collins, Lorena Velasquez, who is with Center Speak. Tomorrow there will be an email sent out about nominations to the student body. So I'm saying 4 to 5 slots will be still open and ready to fill. If you have any nominations for non-SGA folks that you want to send to the committee, just send them to me. Next week there will be an advertisement put out by SGA for a website developer. We are hiring for that. It's going to be a short hiring. Compensation will start at $500 with an opportunity to earn up to $1,000. It's a total revamp of the SGA website, and it's just to make that website, an actual functional website, and for folks to get campus information and to see you all's lovely pictures. Tomorrow there will also be an email sent out detailing a statement from the SGA Executive Cabinet on the updated information on the Title IX coordinator vacancy. It's not an indictment on the administration, but it is encouraging for there to be continued transparency. The priorities of that statement is still going to be student engagement and education on those issues, and then trying to engage the community about support that SGA can give for providing services while they're doing the hiring process again. So I just wanted to let you all know that that statement is going to be coming out in case you have any questions.
On that note, I'm not going to sit here and be like, hey guys, what we passed last time, made the administration send that email, but it is encouraging to me that we're already seeing increased transparency on behalf of the administration regarding the shakeup at the Office of Title IX. I'm very saddened that Amber Morgan, personally, which is a personal thing, I'm very saddened that Amber Morgan is leaving. She seemed like a great person and very qualified. But I am happy that we made the noise that we made, and I'm happy that the admin is already responding with increased transparency, so respect to the admin for that. And you know, shout out to y'all for working really hard on that resolution and putting that stringently through the process. So thank you. Good. Before we hear from Kendrick, I do want to go ahead and give a very warm welcome to Tanner Ray, who is here for at the very end for his first ever general session, I think, after 2 years on SGA. So, Tanner,
be here, guys.
All right, welcome to come on back. All right, Kendrick. Sorry, that was not an introduction. The esteemed Dean Young.
Welcome, Tanner. As usual, let me know if you need anything. I'm here to help. I'm in the SLO. Feel free to stop by or shoot me an email if you do need anything, and be excellent to each other.
Awesome. Is there a motion on the floor?